it was in Guadalajara, and the lights went out ridiculously because things happen. Shit happens. I was with Odin Jolene, the other girl drummer at the time, it was originally a 2-piece, and I was just like, screw it, let's do it. We didn't know Omar was there, and he saw it, and he was just like, let's have lunch. Me and my friends and you girls come. So we all had like lunch. Ironically, we had lunch at this seafood place, and we were all vegetarian. So we were just like, okay, what are we doing here? But all our other Mexican friends were like, feasting on the fish and on the, the cocktails with shrimp. And it was just like the right place and the right time. Because if it wasn't for that, I don't think I'd be here.
So what's the conversation like when Omar Rodríguez-López takes you out to lunch?
We never even spoke about music. It was just chilling, getting to know each other, joking. He was really timid, really shy and quiet. So was I. But, everyone else did the talking, and eventually just kind of broke the ice. We went to his house, and he showed us around the studio. We had a bunch of mannequins and weird masks, kind of like from Queens of the Stone Age, like goat masks, and a huge collection of typewriters, which I thought was amazing because I love typewriters. I have a small collection of it myself in Mexico, but I have to sacrifice things to be here, which isn't really
like your typewriters.
My typewriters. I have to sacrifice my typewriters to be here. After the meeting, well, not the meeting, the lunch thing, we just kind of had that liberty of being able to just talk about music whenever we wanted to. And he had a friend that was a friend of mine that was really insistent, because I'm really shy. I was never going to be like, hey, please listen to my music. Thanks to my friend, he told, and Omar's friend, he was like, listen to this band. Check them out, record them. Like, check their material out. If you liked what you saw live, you might like what they do. So Omar listened to the record and like the EP, and he was just like, okay, well, tell Teri, to send me 17 songs or how many ever songs she wants, and we can pick out 13 and make a record. So it was like, I don't know, it was just luck.
And the record was done in a week. Yeah,
it was recorded really fast with the temp drummer that we had back then after the girl left the band. And I did keyboards. Omar did bass. Right? The songs were originally shorter. Because I don't know, sometimes I just record something, I'm like, okay, screw it. I don't want to think about it anymore. It's done. And Omar was just kind of like, hey, I don't think it'd be a bad idea to add an extra chorus or give a little, do a little pop formula. There's nothing wrong with doing that. And he just kind of taught me how to, keep my distance from a studio microphone, because I never really recorded in a studio before. The EP we'd done before that was done in a smaller house than this, not as cool. Yeah, so it was just those little. He was really patient, because there's a lot of rumors going around that Omar doesn't have patience for anyone, but he had the patience for me, and I'm thankful. And now he has the patience for me.
The band has just been picking up a lot of steam, especially recently. You guys just got off tour with Deftones.
Yeah.
Are there particular moments that stand out to you?
Yes. Arizona, we were kind of, me coming from Mexico, having that Mexican background, all the bands in Mexico are opposed to playing Arizona for the obvious, the laws that are being held. They ask you for your papers, and if you don't have a way to prove yourself, you're going to be treated as an immigrant. Mm-hmm. So I was battling this way before, Jonathan and Gabe brought it up, because they were really against playing it as well. And I was just like, you know what, fuck it, because I'm not going to say who, these really big Mexican bands would not play Arizona. But talking to them, they'd be like, we're not doing it because it's politically incorrect. We really do want to play there because there's a lot of Mexican fans that want us there. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, you know what, screw it. We're just going to play Arizona. No one was there. There was like 30 people in the crowd. For us, obviously. Not even for us. They were just there waiting for Deftones. And I pee on the grass. I pissed. And Jonathan was jumping up and down, and I got off stage, and in the big grass area, I got next to some bros just sitting down because they weren't I hate people just sit down. It's so rude.
Mm-hmm.
And I piss next to them. And without taking off anything. It's just like dancing. And then like the pee.
In the middle of a song, by the way.
Yeah, in the middle of a song.
In
the middle of a song.
In the middle of our set.
And I just felt better that way because, okay, we didn't back down from this gig and we played it very well. And I took my angst out.
Wow.
That's a good moment.
Yeah, it was good.
That is a good moment.
I just thought it was cool.
What about Knife Party with Chino in Dallas? I posted about that.
All right. Okay. All right. That was amazing. Being able to sing with them. Because after that, it was from the rest of the tour to Dallas till the end. We did Knife Party. At first, I felt like I sucked because, I forgot the girl's name on the album. Her name is, do you remember? Oh, she worked with a lot of artists. Well, she did an amazing job. And I was like, fuck, the hardcore fans that are listening to this and me coming out, they're going to kill me. But no one killed me. People are just having a good time, you need to stop. I keep telling myself, stop thinking people are going to kill you guys. No one's going to kill anyone. So yeah, Chino was amazing. Yeah, singing with Chino and Deftones is cool.
Yeah.
How did he approach you to come do the song?
He was just like, hey, because Greg from Dillinger does the song with him as well.
Passenger, right?
Yeah. And he was just like, you know what? You should come sing Passenger with us. And I was like, yeah, but what am I going to do? And he was just like, oh, don't worry, we'll write lyrics for you or something. But then the next day, he was just like, oh, I have an even better idea. I was thinking to myself that maybe you should, do Knife Party. I was like, okay, well, he was like, here, if you want, you can have a couple of days to listen to it well and see what you want to do with it. And that's how it started. But he was just really nice about it. I don't know. And he even wore shirts, like the merch helped us a couple of days with, the income.
Mm-hmm.
People went and bought it. And I don't know, it was just lovely.
Well, now that Deftones is over, I know you guys have a stint with Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah.
Coming up.
Oh, we're so excited about that. That's going to be so fun.
We are. They're one of my favorite bands.
One of my favorite experiences so far of my life was last year. I was on tour with this band, Broken Bells. And we played the Fuji Rock Festival in outside of Tokyo. And them Crooked Vultures played the same night we did. We played earlier. They were on the main stage. And I think I didn't see them because they were quite, the stages were far apart. And it was raining, I think, at that point. And I was on another stage. I think I was watching Dirty Projectors or Magma or something else that I would never get to see. I mean, Dirty Projectors, but Magma, somebody I'd never get to see. So I kind of, I guess I won't see Crooked Vultures. And we got on a train to get back to Tokyo. After the whole festival was done, we got booked onto a train. And we got on the train car, and it was our band and them Crooked Vultures were the only people on this train car.
Wow.
So I just remember sitting there, just going, John Paul Jones is right there. Dave Grohl is right there. And we're just going, geez.
Did you talk to John Paul Jones?
Well, that's the funny thing is we were just sitting back there going, trying to play it cool. And they were all like up and partying and like having drinks and talking. And we're just going, And Dave Grohl comes back and he goes, hey, you guys, we have tequila, we have beer, we have wine. Don't be a jerk. Come have drinks with us. Don't be jerks.
That's great.
So we were like, okay, Dave Grohl told us we had to go have drinks.
Yeah.
So we went up and had drinks with him, and I ended up having a really long conversation with John Paul Jones about YouTube videos. It was like a long conversation about that. And then I think it switched over into a conversation about 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. We used to play, I used to play with friends of mine, I used to play 6 Degrees of Paul McCartney.
Oh, you're like super close to him.
Well, that's what I told John Paul Jones that. I said, yeah, I used to play 6 Degrees of Paul McCartney. He goes, how close did you get? And I said, well, when I was playing it, not very close. I think it's closer now. And he goes, well, you're talking to me.
Whoa.
I've worked with Sir Paul several times.
Sir Paul? That's what he called him?
Yeah, he goes, I've worked with Sir Paul several times.
Like, oh, wow.
Okay, John Paul Jones.
With all,
That is so cool.
It was so weird. It was just like, and Dave Grohl and these other guys,
partying.
these other
Josh Homme.
yeah, those guys
Oh,
were
those
around too.
guys.
But I was just fixated on
Yeah.
John Paul Jones.
so with all the touring that you guys do, is there time for a new album? Is there new material that's written?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the new material.
Well,
Go
we
for it.
have plans to start recording a new album September, October. We have if anything comes up touring wise, we'll take the tour because we're living for that right now.
Mm-hmm.
But we're planning on just recording things right now and just putting it up online just to have people like buy it or something.
Mm-hmm.
Digital EPs, and who knows, maybe with the help of our label, which is Rodríguez-López Productions / Sargent House, we'll put out a couple singles and even maybe on vinyl or something. But we have songs that we're already playing live, and we shouldn't be doing that. But we just want to keep doing new things, and since we're already playing those songs, we're just gonna record those, get those over with. It sounds so horrible. Like, oh, just thank you, ma'am. Like, bam, wham, thank you, ma'am. No, but it's not like that. It's like we're gonna get them over with love. Like, record them properly, and that way people will know what we're playing.
Will Omar be producing the new album?
Yeah, well, he says, last time I talked to him, he told me, Teri, it was a pleasure working with you on the first one. You are on Rodríguez-López production, so the most obvious thing for me would be to record the second one. And we were like, okay, awesome, yes. But again, with his schedule and, the whole us touring right now, that's why we're going to wait till September, October to just see if we can start doing it with him. Yeah, he is our number one option.
Jonathan, when you were recording with Omar's group, is there even a pre-production phase? Like, how does it work?
Well, Omar, from what I understand about how he's worked with Mars Volta and other things, maybe more recently, is he will come in with things planned out, like sketched out in his mind, and he'll separate the elements of the group, or he'll have the bass player come in. He'll have Juan come in and play what he wants Juan to play to a click or a drum track he already has, without any guitars in mind or in there's no context. He keeps the context out of it, I guess is the easiest way to say it. And so the people will record their performances, and he will mastermind it later and put it together to create the thing that he has in mind. And that's pretty much what we did too. He had a bunch of ideas for parts, and we'd record and find right sounds and do this. And Zach the drummer would write a drum beat to go with it, and we'd record these bits and pieces, and he had an idea of how he wanted it to go. And it was pretty much like that too. It was a little different in that we were all together doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was over the course of a few sessions, and Cedric wasn't there yet, and we just would do the stuff, and then he put it together. Cedric put his bits, worked his way into it, and that was it. So yeah, I had no idea how it was going to come out, and
That's cool.
yeah, it was really interesting way to work. The Mars Volta stuff, I think a lot of it is done in a similar way, and he has a knack
like a
for
movie.
it. Yeah, it's like a movie. I think that's why he said he sees it, putting together.
That's cool.
Woody Allen. I think it's Woody Allen, or maybe not Woody Allen. I know George Lucas, for legal reasons or whatever, but did this. But you get like the pages of the script the day you're doing it. You don't have any idea what they pertain to. I think that's so it wouldn't leak the Star Wars stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say Woody Allen does that too, or somebody. It's not Woody Allen, but you get your parts, you get your lines, and then you figure it out, and then he throws you into the scene. You do it, and then he pieces it together. You have no idea what order the scenes are coming in or how it pertains, and works for certain filmmakers. So I think that's where Omar got the idea to do it that way.
Do you feel that more bands, especially younger bands now that are coming up, do you feel that they lack a sense of DIY work ethic?
Wow, that's a good question. I have to think about that.
I have to think of that.
I'm going to say no because
Okay.
well, it depends on how you define it. I mean, maybe in the like Black Flag Minor Threat version of that, it might be. It's maybe strayed from that a little bit, but as far as like what we were talking about earlier with the internet and that kind of those means of getting music and art and things out, maybe it might be more DIY than ever right now in that way. I mean, this show and similar things, and everyone, they don't need a record label really anymore. You just need a Bandcamp account. I mean, it might be the ultimate expression of DIY in a way. This might be a golden age of DIY in certain ways. But at the same time, as far as the dues paying element of it, maybe it's changed a little bit. In that somebody could put a video of themselves making music on the internet and be an overnight sensation worldwide and never have to play one show. Chocolate Rain.
That's what you talked with John Paul Jones about.
I think Chocolate Rain did come.
Really?
I'm serious.
I love Chris Crocker.